Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Ace Nate. Newer creator to me, but he seems like he's in our community. He's in our niche. And he did one of modern women can't get the men to commit to them. Please like subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time. I really wanted to do his video. His take and thought processes are slightly different from mine. So it's nice to see different views.
I might get canceled for this, but welcome to 2023, where everybody on the internet is actually complete trash.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been feeling a little lonely lately because my roommate broke her elbow. She hasn't been home in a week and a half. She's the only person I like. So I've been trying to find a man, a little companionship. There's nothing on there for me. It's hard.
Wait, so your friend or roommate went back home? Then to replace that loneliness, you went to go find a man? Like, that's weird.
It's hard. Like, I'm feeling like maybe I should not have taken advantage of my previous relationships, and I should have probably worked on myself and tried harder, because now I got no shot at a husband.
There are some people out there who
they're
not interested in a relationship and they want to be by themselves. But like, that's not me, and that's never been me. I have always wanted to be in a relationship, even though I've never been in one.
I might get canceled for this, but welcome to 2023, where everybody on the internet is actually complete trash. This is the generation where women are looking for traditional, old school men that show up with values, who care about you, who open the door.
And what type of women are you to request that type of traditional values from us?
Who know how to fix the things in their house. But what they're met with are men that are too scared of commitment and who are looking for just another hit on the internet.
Like, it's always what we're looking for and what the men can do and what the men have to do. Never mentions what we bring to the table, what we bring, and we're feminine, we're gonna take care of them, we're gonna cook, we're gonna support them, and all we're looking for is this type of man. No, we're looking for this type of man, and we can't find them, and they should just love us the way we are.
Where I'm not ready for a relationship means that they're really just out there looking to see if anyone else is better than you.
Yeah.
Once they go out and they find out that literally no.
I mean, the same thing women did throughout their 20s. Now men have that same ability in their 30s. They're going to exercise it just like how women did. It is fair game.
One else is better than you, then they come crawling back and you're like, go. This is
Same game that women play. You go out there, try to find someone better, and then you settle for the beta provider that's been there this whole time, that's willing to give you this whole love and affection and give you everything you want. But no, you were chasing those Chads and Tyros until you got too tired and you couldn't find better.
the generation where people are actually encouraged to cheat when they're not happy. This
I
is
agree
the
with that.
era where relationships are actually situationships, because nobody will get commitment to anybody because everybody is too scared of everything, and everybody feels like everybody is so accessible. So you
No, I think for at least men nowadays to give commitment, we're looking for women to earn it. We're not just going to give you commitment off the bat because you're gorgeous or, you have nice poom poom. Women have to earn their commitment nowadays. And this is why men aren't committing. And this is why there's less commitment, because women don't deserve it.
you just move through relationships as if they're transactions and nothing else. And people have literally confused what self-love means. People are saying self-love is like disrespect, but like seriously, it's just modesty.
So she's kind of talking about hookup culture. And ultimately, hookup culture isn't really a hookup culture. It's available for women as a whole to opt in or opt out of. But that same option is not available for men. A small percentage of men can, sure. But to say hookup culture, it just means men or women can choose to opt in or opt out of whenever they feel like it. But the truth is, all women can opt in or opt out of hookup culture. And really, a small percentage of men can. And men have to earn their ability, really, if they would like to partake in hookup culture. This is something that men do have to earn. It's just true. Whereas women, this is not something they have to earn. This is not something they have to work for, and then finally, when they reach a certain point in their life, they can do it. No, this is pretty much available to all women of all ages, really, because there's really all
Pretty
the
much.
time going to be a man willing to sleep with her. So hookup culture is very readily available to women and not so much to men. This is the same reason why men who are able to sleep with a lot of women, obviously there are going to be men and women that disagree with me, but typically, generally, historically, men who have been able to get a lot of women and sleep with a lot of women, they're called players. A lot of women want them. I mean, you can agree with me or disagree with me or not, but it's true.
Yep.
They aren't looked down upon as frequently and as much as women who sleep around because they don't have to earn it. They just
I really like how Nate is pretty analyzing it pretty calmly, and I 100% agree with them. It's hookup culture. The price of admission for men, we have to earn it. The price of admission for women is free. They've been able to go in and out of that culture all the time. Like for me, I'm sure when I was in high school and like in my 20s, I did not qualify for this culture at all. Maybe nowadays I do just because I had to earn it. All right.
have to open their legs. And that's the way it is. And I know there's a lot of people who disagree with that, men and women included, but I don't care because it's true.
Yep.
Like it's not easy for men to do.
I agree
This
with
is
you,
why
Nate.
in growing up, you can probably attest to this with a group of friends. You always knew that guy who was able to get a bunch of women, and that guy was like, cool, good job. This guy's able to do it. He's doing something right. All the women want him as well. It's interesting how when women find out this guy's getting all of these women, subsequently the women want him as well.
Yep.
Women reward men who get women. I don't make the rules here. And so with
Women
her,
do.
what's actually going on is when women get older, they stop getting approached as frequently. And a lot of times the men who approach them are not going to be the men they want. Let's be real.
Yep.
And so these women will take it into their own hands and they think, okay, let me give this whole dating app a go. Let me see what's going on here. And then one thing we know is that when women go on dating apps, a majority of women deem a majority of men unattractive, almost repulsive, quick to swipe left on them. And
You know how many videos we've seen of women like what you call it, just swiping on an app? They are literally just not even looking at any profiles, not even looking at the pictures. They're just blowing through fucking profiles like nothing. It's pretty crazy.
So what's going on with this woman here is she's now on these dating apps. She wants to take it in her own hands. She's so damn tired of being single. She wants to take it into her own hands, so she gets on dating apps. And so it's probably safe to say she is seeing a majority of these men as unattractive, and then she's swiping right on the small percentage of men who are getting all of the matches, right? We've heard this story over and over and over again. And then she's shocked why these guys aren't committing to her because she thinks these are actual options for her. She thinks these are legitimate options for her for a committed, long-term, serious, monogamous relationship.
Women are very delusional when it comes to the dating apps. A lot of them really think that they're going to find true love and the one, like literally the one on a dating app.
When it couldn't be farther from the truth. But of course, she's not going to settle. She needs to, and she needs to realize her settling is not settling. It's actually what she likely deserves. And they did a study, and it was that when women are rejected by attractive men, they not only display a cruel attitude towards the rejectors, but also they display a really cruel attitude to lesser attractive men that show interest in them.
I remember this
So
study.
when women get rejected by attractive men, they also punish non-attractive men who show interest in them. Not non-attractive, I should say less attractive is what the study said. So when a attractive man rejects her and then a lesser attractive man shows interest in her, that's going to hit her ego and it's going to kind of wake her up to the type of guy she actually can command. And that reality, that wake-up call, that truth, a lot of women do not like to hear, see, experience, and it's really knocking them down from that pedestal they're on. They'll say they're a 10, and they get angry when life proves to them they are not.
I'm gonna say,
Truth
I'm
hurts.
on dating apps, okay? I'm on them. I'm on Bumble, I'm on Hinge, I'm on Tinder, I'm on them all. You name it, I got it. I don't use them a lot. I get on there, I swipe through, I do my little swipe left, swipe right. I don't write people on there because I don't know what to say. So I never write people on there. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been feeling a little lonely lately because my roommate broke her elbow. She hasn't been home in a week and a half. She's the only person I like. So I've been trying to find a man, a little companionship. There's nothing on there for me. It's hard. It is hard. Like, I'm feeling like maybe I should not have taken advantage of my previous relationships and I should have probably worked on myself and tried harder because now I got no shot at a husband. There is nothing out there for me. I have to wait until I'm 34 and everybody's getting divorced. I get the round 2 pick.
So there are more men than there are women on these dating apps, and somehow, how do you put yourself on Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge, and you still can't find a man
I agree.
that you're interested in? She's saying there's no one on there for me. That implies, I guess, 2 things. One, she doesn't deem them good enough for her, which would make sense because, again, a majority of women find a majority of men on these dating apps unattractive. Or the other option is she's realizing the men that she does find attractive tend to not take her seriously because these men are living really with an abundance of options. Because if she finds them attractive on there, well, a lot of other women probably find him attractive. And if he's able to get a match, he can probably do it again. So, I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me how she...
Tell you the truth, like getting matches is not too hard for me on Hinge. Like just matches. Getting these women to reply, that's a whole nother story. I can match with quite a few women, but none of them will ever really reply. Maybe 1 out of 10 will reply back after I've matched with them. So it's like not even the matching game, it's the replying game on top of that. Then there's then first there's the first reply, and then sometimes it's only one reply. They'll just say hey and then end it there. Then you got to work at it. Then now you got to set a date. You got to do all this. The amount of work that men have to put on these apps is so crazy. Women just lay there, as they always do, for pleasure.
Like, how are you as a woman getting on these dating apps and you can't find one guy to take seriously? Imagine the life of the average guy then. It's just, to me, I've always found it interesting how easy it is for women to get potential mates, and they just can't figure out how to retain them. They can't figure out how to perhaps lower their standards a bit to get a guy that would be good for them.
They know how to lower their standards. They just ain't doing it.
But I've learned that you really can't expect that from a lot of these women. It's just, that's the reality. Is they would rather, it seems, die alone with a career than settle. And a lot of times it's not even settle. It's lower your delusion and come live in reality with the rest of us. And then you'll be able to find a mate.
That was some good chow. I love Nate's take on things, and the way he talks is a lot calmer and smoother and slower than I do. So it might hit you guys differently, you know. And he has a beard. I don't. Maybe beards help. But it's nice to feature a lot of people in the space again. His thought process thinks of something a little bit different than my thought process, and then El Guapo's thought process is a little different than all of our thought processes, and then Tip Network's Grover and Scott's thought process is a little bit different, and when you get a little bit of everybody's thought process, you can kind of pull the good things and the bad things of how to operate. Not saying it's guaranteed that you're going to operate well taking advices from these people or just using these things, but you can just internalize it yourself. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.